clerk shall announce the next order of business.
Fourth morning hour order of business. The next order of business is recognition of member requests for points of personal privilege.
The delegate from Shenandoah, Delegate Gilbert.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Again, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Delegate Gilbert, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this was truly an historic week in Richmond, but as we were so passionately reminded yesterday, not all history is necessarily good. The decisions we make here in Richmond ripple through Virginia and dictate many of the fortunes of Virginia and our fellow Virginians. To that end, Republicans have jealously guarded our business environment for the 20 years that we have held this chamber. As a result of the decisions that have been made in this body for those 20 years, that has in large part contributed to Virginia's ranking as the #1 state in which to do business. Likewise, we have the 7th lowest unemployment rate, the 9th highest median family income, the 6th best and 2nd safest schools. We have the 4th lowest violent crime rate and the lowest criminal recidivism rate in the nation. The legacy that we have left to Virginia and to the Democrats who now control its government is very clear, but I fear that a new and different legacy has begun. When we Republicans talk about the business environment, our colleagues on the other side, I think, so often think of some shapeless form of big business or whatever business represents. Folks, I'm here to tell you business is people. And how the fortunes of the business community goes, so go the personal success and struggles of our citizens. What our colleagues repeatedly misunderstand is that a thriving business environment means more and better jobs. It means more opportunities for people. It means higher wages. It means better benefits. It means that people are better able to care for their families and give their children opportunities for the next generation. And it means that people don't have to work for somebody else. It means that you can take risks and be bold and work for yourself. Much of what has happened so far this session is going to very sharply diminish all of that. If all of the bills now flowing through the legislative process become law, Democrats are going to make it much more expensive to hire people, for businesses to keep the people they already have employed, for those businesses to defend themselves against the many lawsuits that are surely coming their way. It will be much harder and expensive to start your own business, to grow your business, to maintain your business, and all of that which you have already worked for with all your hard work and struggle and personal sacrifice, all of that will be harder to achieve and maintain. And Democratic policies are not going to lead only to fewer economic opportunities in this regard. At the same time, Democrats are enacting new and higher taxes and creating stifling energy policies that will dip further into the pockets of those same citizens at every turn. Virginians are going to pay more when they gas up, when they go out to dinner, and when they buy and bag their groceries. And Democrats apparently want to run Virginia's thriving economy not on the abundant energy resources that we already have at our disposal here in this country and this Commonwealth, but merely on rays of sunlight and gusts of wind. They are unyielding in the pursuit of this agenda, even though America's carbon emissions are being reduced at a rate far higher than any other country in the world, while we are presiding over one of the largest energy booms in world history. So in addition to all of the other and added taxes and burdens that this agenda brings, it will also bring higher energy prices for our fellow citizens. It means that businesses who still choose to operate in Virginia will pay more for that choice. It means that our fellow citizens will pay more when they pay their utility bills. And who will this major energy policy shift affect the most? Our Democratic colleagues constantly claim a monopoly about the poor and underprivileged in our society, its most vulnerable citizens. But these policies will hurt the poor and underprivileged the most. Those who are least able to bear the burden of these added costs will be hit hardest. I've always been struck by the fact, Madam Speaker, that Democrats only seem to ever be judged by their intentions, by their good and lofty intentions. They never seem to be judged by results. But history will mark this moment in time, and results do still matter, and we will see soon enough what they are. What additional costs can our economy and our citizens bear and still continue to thrive? We are about to find out. Our fellow Virginians who turned out to vote for Democrats last year simply because they were mad at Donald Trump are about to get a very rude awakening every time they reach for their preferred method of payment. There is still time to change course, Madam Speaker. I hope that our colleagues will put down the talking points and listen to the people who are coming to testify before them, who are trying desperately to tell them how these policies are going to hurt them. And I thank you for that opportunity to speak, Madam Speaker.